I'm Natalie Taylor. I'm the Director of Secondary Partnerships at ECTC. Dual credit, of course. If you have been blowing up mine or Ashley's email about dual credit classes, please take a deep breath. Do not panic. We will get back with you as soon as humanly possible. You can imagine that EC3 is not our only dual credit high school. We have the lovely records team here today to discuss application for graduation, application to the ceremony, which are two completely separate things. I know a lot of you already applied for graduation because we told you to whenever we met with you here in October, so thank you for doing that. For those of you who have not, these are the step-by-step instructions. This lovely lady in the back can video it for you, so if you need a reference point, can't remember, it's going to be on record. Thank you for your attention. Thank you to the Records Office for presenting to you all today, and take it away.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? My name is Brian Smith, and I'm the registrar at the college. And the reason we're going to talk to you today about the application for graduation process, it is totally two separate activities. The biggest thing I can tell you that you really have to pay attention to when you email us, when you talk to us, you have to email our email address. Because you're a dual credit student, I know you have an ECTC email address because I've checked all of you. If you send me something or my team something from Hardin County, the whole school thing, we will just email you back and say, please send it through your KCTCS email because we can determine the validity of that email. The reason we're here today is we literally check hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of students who are applying for graduation. The process we're going to run through with you today is to ensure that you're on track. I don't get a phone call or an email from you saying, and it has happened, I've had, as much as I hate to admit it, I've had you guys in my office crying because you missed the deadline. I've had your parents crying and calling me, and I'm usually, as my team will tell you, I'm the mean one. Crying does not help you with me. We follow rules, we follow procedures for a reason because we have over 7,000 students that I have to be responsible for. You're part of that 7,000. So what we're going to do today is run you through the process of what you need to do, okay? This young lady over here behind the laptop is detailed oriented. Any email you send us, any phone call you send us, walk in our room, we document it. So if a parent goes up, if your principal shows up or one of your teachers and says, well, she says she's talked to you. If it's not on your application, you didn't talk to us because we document everything, okay? So the first thing we're going to show you is you go to our website, and in the upper right-hand corner, you type in degree application or graduation application, and then hit the submit button, and then you'll see a blue hyperlink down at the bottom, application for degree or diploma. If you see this blue horizontal barcode come up, you're in the right spot. And it'll take just a second to make sure that it works. Once it pops up, you're going to see expected semester. You're going to pick, hopefully, spring of 25. If you pick the wrong semester, because we're checking spring of 25, summer of 25, and fall of 25, we will check you for whatever you put there. We're not going to go look to see if you did the right semester. We just assume you know what semester you're graduating because you're college students, and that's how we treat you. The second thing we do, anything with a red asterisk or star is required. You have to fill it out, okay? KCTCS number, mailing address. Some of you guys move from time to time while you're in high school. This is the address we are going to send your credential to after you graduate from us. It could be different than what you did on your original application, okay? That's what we're going to do by. Another thing that we do, just so we're at this point, once we check all of your credentials, all of your degrees, we send you an email from ECTC Records Office at kctcs.edu that says your credential is in our office, and we will hold it for roughly, I think, 10 days, business days. Come and get it. Because when we mail it to you, it's nice, pristine, it's gorgeous. If it doesn't end up in your office or your mailbox or your home that way, it's not my team. It's called the U.S. Postal Service. So we stamp all over it, do not bend. If it ends up all crumbled and cracked and ripped, they did it, not us, okay? So save some money, save your parents some grief because they're the ones going to be giving you a hard time about it. Come and pick them up, okay? Their degrees, you can select up to 4 degrees. Now, some of you guys do 2, and it's great. And there's a procedure or a policy that we follow, and I'll talk about it in just a second. They are listed alphabetically. AA's first, AS is second, Associates of Science, and then all of our AASs, and there's 47 of them. Pick the right degree, guys. Then, just for our purposes, I plan to attend a light reception following graduation ceremony. Yes or no? It gives us a way to get a head count. Okay? Our graduation last spring was 1,200 people. We limit the number of guests you have. We can't exceed fire marshal codes. Don't ask. We'll talk about how you do all that here in just a few. Do you authorize us to award any other degrees? Check yes. Because if this young lady sees that you're close to another one, she's going to check it. If you check no, we're not going to check it. Okay? Name as you want it to appear. Now, some of your parents were really nice to you and gave you really nice sounding names. Others gave you really long names. Or you have a first name, a middle name, another middle name, and a hyphenated last name. Whatever you put on that right there, as it wants to be on your credential, that's what we're printing. Make sure you spell your name correctly. We have had everything from Your Highness to Princess. We've had people spell their name wrong, and they got mad at our team. And I pull this up and say, guess who filled this out? And you all are not our only ones that we have to do this on, so we have to check every single student. Colleges, universities, that just gives a track of where you guys are going. Because when you graduate from us, we're going to give you a voucher for a free transcript, and you can send that free transcript to where you're going and not cost you anything.
Can I add something there? Also, if you take the dual credit classes to any other local college in Yellowstone that we gave you, we need that official record so we can count those credits towards your degree too. So that's another purpose.
Find out, a lot of times I know, and EC3 does a great job of this. I will know that you, and so will Angie, know that you've taken other classes because we see the codes so much. We know that English 111 is from Camelsville, but we don't have a Camelsville transcript on you. So you'll get a phone call from me saying, hey, and I literally call everyone that she finds that's not in progress. The only 2 things I ask you while I'm on this subject is, you guys set up your voicemail. I have called a lot of you that says, I'm sorry, but this person has a voicemail that has not been set up. Goodbye. I email your KCTCS email address, not your Yahoo, not Google, not Messenger, not iCloud, ECTC. Okay? The deadline for spring is the 18th of February. Now, if you have already, and if Natalie's team has already signed you up for spring classes, go on this website, apply now. We will check you. If you're not in progress, you're going to get a phone call from me, okay? I try to be very respectful of your time and not call you really early because I'm an early person, and I don't call you late. So it's usually between 8 and 3 o'clock, okay? Sometimes I'm at the office as early as 6:30 in the morning, and I'm not going to call you guys because I know you're not going to be up, or some of you won't be, okay? It usually takes us, we have 30 business days after the term is over to graduate you. Okay. We do this we take very detailed notes. We're very proud of the fact that we get this done fast. It takes about 8 weeks for us to send it off to the printer. They check everything, they print it really nice, they get it back to us, we check it to make sure they didn't do anything wrong, then we notify you. Okay? Any questions on applying? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
If you're like curious and you made a mistake, can you go back and like look at it or edit it?
Once you hit the submit button, you have to submit another one. If you haven't hit the submit button, you can go ahead and fix it. Go ahead, Angie.
I would say if you are certain you submitted the app and you have questions about it or you need to change something on the app, just send the ECTC records office an email and we can double check it.
And the reason we say ECTC Records Office at kctcs.edu, my whole team has access to that. So if I'm out in a meeting or if she's on vacation or somebody's at lunch, we can get, all four of us can look at it. All four of us have the credentials to back it up, to review your case and get back with you, okay? As far as the ceremony goes, it's a totally different process, okay? Once we know this is done and we know you're in progress, my team will grab all of the emails and we will send you a link to apply to participate in the ceremony. That ceremony link gives us how many people are coming so we don't break codes with fire marshal. We can accommodate you for the reception. We can accommodate your guest. Probably like you guys have when you graduate high school. Once we know how many graduates are coming, we then determine how many guests are coming with you. If it's 6 and you need 10, pick your best 6. If we have sometimes, and this gets really at the very end of the term and it gets really stressful for you guys and your parents, we may have somebody that needs 6 and only used 1, so we've got 5. We're not going to know that until like 2 days before graduation. Okay? There'll be a separate sign up that you sign up for graduation. There'll be a separate sign up where you say how many guests are coming. The other option is, other requirement is you have to wear our cap and gowns. You cannot wear your high school colors. They have to be our colors. We do not practice graduation. My team and I have done this so much. We can line you up in about 10 minutes. You walk across the stage, you get your pictures, we do backdrops with what's called step and repeats. The reception, we have done this, we could do it with our eyes closed. We've done this so much. Okay? See if I've missed anything. Biggest thing, cap and gowns. Now, if you have a brother or a sister or a friend that graduated last year, borrow theirs. It saves you $48, I think is what it is. That's pretty much it. For 2 degrees, for those of you, and I know some of you are getting 2 degrees because I spoke to one of you yesterday. Our policy, our rule says this. In order to get 1 degree, you have to have 60 college credit hours. In order to get the 2nd degree, which is usually the Associates of Arts or the Associates of Science, you need 6 hours, not necessary for the other. In other words, you need 66 hours. Some of you have gotten a phone call from me that says you need 1 credit hour or you need 2 credit hours. I will help you get it along with your dual credit team, okay? Some of our non-dual credit students, if they're lacking 1 credit hour, I sign them up for KHP 100, aka walking. It's exactly what the title says. What do you do in that class? You walk. It's an activity, it's like a PE activity. Just like if you were to go to Western or Eastern or UK or Moorhead, you're going to have to do a physical activity anywhere from tennis to badminton to basketball to swimming because it's a requirement. Okay. Have I missed anything? Biggest thing, let's see. Biggest thing, a couple of things, and I've done this for now. I've been in the system old enough to I'm old enough to be any of your all's parent. I've done registrar for 10. I've been with the system for 41 years. I have seen everything, guys. Talk to your parents. They want you to graduate. Your principal wants you to graduate. We want you to graduate. I literally that night will not know the difference between a dual credit student and a traditional student. Nobody will. It's there to celebrate and to celebrate your accomplishments because you did this while simultaneously being in high school. I have had parents call me and say, how come my student hasn't gotten any information? Because you didn't apply. Or, how come they're not in the ceremony? Because you didn't sign up. Well, how do we get them in? You can't. It's too late. Don't be that student that I have to talk to their parents. Because the first thing I will ask your parent is this. What's your first name, if you don't mind? I'm going to ask Autumn. I said, Autumn, did you give consent to your parent for me to talk to him? And I'll know because there's a spot on your all's site for me to know that. If she says no, then here's the conversation I have to have with her mother or her dad. I'm sorry, but she has not given consent to release information, so I can't talk to you. Guess what she's going to think? Oh, she did she? And then that's a conversation that the parent's going to have with the student. Guys, just talk to them, because I don't want to be the one that talks to them. Or I'll have Angie do it, and that's not even better. No, I'm just kidding. Okay? Any questions on ceremony? Our ceremony is fast. We can line up, graduate, and get you out the door. We start at 6. We're usually out 7:30, 8 o'clock. Done. We move, and when I say we start at 6, we start at 6. Not 6:01, not 6:05, because you're in the parking lot. We move. Any questions? Man, are they always this quiet? No. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think of any questions, anything that we've run across. Angie, if you think, I can't think of anything. Predominantly, the 2 degrees you guys go for are AA and AS. That's it. Most of the other, like AAS is like nursing, sonography. You can't get in those yet. And I'm not saying you can't get into them after you graduate high school. It's just they're selective admission programs. Yes?
So I have like separate credits from another college. So I just ordered a transcript in. Do I email it to
What college, if you don't mind me asking? What you would do is contact them, or if you contact them, you just have them sent to ECTC. We will get them. What happens is admissions will check them in. They tell us, then Angie and I go in and evaluate them. We load them, and we're very efficient at doing this. And then when we check your application for graduation, we'll put, let's say it's History 105, History of Europe. Check, and we'll put a T, which means it's a transfer class coming in that we counted. Okay? Yes? Hold on.
Where do you purchase capping gown?
Capping out is when you, thank you, when you sign up for your your ceremony, you're going to get an email from us that tells you everything. You buy your cap and gowns from Barnes & Noble bookstore on our campus. You borrow it from another classmate of yours that maybe they graduated last year and they don't need it. Offer them $20 for it. The only thing it probably won't have is the tassel that hangs off of the cap, okay? We tell you everything, guys, from the time you show up, where to be, location, everything. Just read your emails from us.
For the May ceremony, we usually send that information out sometime in March.
Yep.
So if we have all our transcripts loaded from other like dual credit colleges, do we have to submit another transcript?
Nope. If you have, her question is, does she have to send all of her dual credit transcripts from other colleges if we already have them? No. Only if you have one semester that says in progress, like if you're currently in progress, then yes, we're going to need this semester because there's no grade present. Other than that, don't waste your money and send them twice. Okay? Yes. Amen? Okay. Yes. Yes.
Your high school cap and gowns, where do you order those from? Johnston. And that's I would probably go ahead and do that now. Different schools might have worked out different deadlines, but you're probably looking at either December or January. If you don't order it by then from Johnston's, you're gonna pay more, they're gonna start to charge a late fee. So if you have not ordered your high school cap and gown, everybody goes to Johnston's, you just search your high school. It'll come up with a lot of packages, but you have to kind of scroll through. The only thing you have to get is gown tassel, it all comes together, okay? So get that now, and then you can get your ECTC one in the spring.
And ours is relative. We use Barnes & Noble because they're on our campus, and we like keeping things simple. It's one color, it's one package. You can go online when we give you the link and you can have it shipped to your home. If you don't want to do that, just walk over with your mom and dad's credit card or debit card and buy it. They have 150 right now in their bookstore because I checked today before I left. Now, by next week, there's not going to be 150. There may be. So you may show up and you're 5'2" and the only one they've got is 6'4". Well, somebody's going to be hemming.
This would be for December 24.
Yeah. So, other than that, guys, we're pretty much, it's a joyous occasion. It's busy for my team that night. You will see us all over the place. We are constantly moving. We put leads in place for them to handle certain activities, but my team is always there. You'll know us because we have these little earpieces in and we have walkie-talkies with us, because if not, they will blow up my phone and I get so tired of it, I just turn it off because I can't answer everybody. Okay? Any other questions?
Mr. Smith, did you already tell them when it is, graduation? You don't have the date yet?
The date right now, correct me if I'm wrong, the deadline is February 18th. The date is May 13th. And I will tell you the location. The location will be Severns Valley Baptist Church.
So most of you on May 13th, classes are done, right? We all know that. And you're just waiting for high school graduation. Ideally, we can't force any of you to participate in the ceremony, right? But you've earned something, you should do it. Just like one day when you all earn your master's degree. Like, I encourage you to participate. But it's up to you. We would love to see a good contingency of our academy students. When we had such a high percentage of you earning your associate, we would love to see you all walk. That would be great, and I'm even going to hope that maybe I can even get a ticket this year.
Y'all want me to give him a ticket or not?
I didn't get a ticket, anyway, I hope that we can get a ticket, because I would love, our team would love to be there with you to celebrate on that occasion. If buying a cap and gown is an issue, we will ask you. Family Scholar House, I know Mr. Smith, you already talked about it once. Family Scholar House, I would love you to reach out to them and see if there's potential. We are going to purchase some here for our academy, all right, so that we have kind of a group and hold on. If you end up getting one and then you want to donate it after, we would take it. But if you have a sibling coming up, then obviously that's the great place to donate it. But we're going to try to hopefully get some here so that if we need to help some of you out, again, our goal would be as that a great majority of you will participate in the ceremony. Okay? Don't let the cost of a cap and gown keep you from doing it. That's the bottom line. Any questions?